Good evening, good evening. What's going on, folks? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, I wanted to make it specifically about Stardom. So, a couple of things we're going to cover. First off, we're going to review Stardom New Blood 7. I'm also going to go over the winners of the Stardom Awards for 2022. And I'll also go over Giulia's Gauntlet results. She ran a 10-woman gauntlet. And we'll finish off going over the current standings of the Stardom Triangle Derby. So, got a handful of things to cover in this video. So, yeah, let's jump right on into it. So, Stardom New Blood number 7. I can't believe we're already on number 7. I feel like these shows have just been coming in one after the other. I can't believe we're already on Stardom New Blood 7. I tell you, this is an exciting time, being that I've enjoyed each one of these New Blood shows, and the fact that they've been showing them each on YouTube for free, easy access. So for those that are looking into getting into Stardom, the New Blood shows aren't a bad way to really get your feet wet because they're easy access. So I highly recommend check out Stardom New Blood 7. And even the previous New Blood shows as well. But let's go ahead and go over the results. So Stardom New Blood 7 happened January 20th, so just this past Friday. And this took place at the Bell Sal Takanobaba. Hold on, I'm going to get this right. Takanobaba in Tokyo, Japan. Oh my goodness. Try saying that 3 times fast. But yeah, in Tokyo, Japan. And this was also the show that kicked off the Stardom New Blood Tag Team Tournament to crown the inaugural New Blood Tag Team Champions. So the quarterfinal matches were at the show. And the semifinals and the finals. I thought it was just the finals, but they're actually going to do the semifinals and the finals at New Blood Premium on March 25th. So keep that in mind. They're doing both semifinals and finals at New Blood Premium in March. So just wanted to mention that. Anyway, let's get into the matches. First off, we had a singles match between Miran and Rina. Rina from Oedo Tai. Miran, of course, representing the Pro Wrestling Diana promotion. You know what? Overall, I thought this was a good match. And it was really good to see Miran do some high-speed action as well as a little bit of high-flying as well. And I felt like both these ladies traded offense back and forth. And I actually enjoyed this match. This was a good kickoff match for New Blood 7. And I felt like Miran looked good, really good in this match. But Rina was able to get the victory after hitting that gory bomb, which I believe she calls it the Pink Devil. But that finisher gory bomb she likes to do. Hit Miran with that and then pinned her for 1, 2, 3. So Rina of Oedo Tai gets the victory in the opening contest, but gotta give Miran credit. Miran looked really good, but Rina was just too much for her. But overall, great match. Okay, next up, we had another singles match. This was Marika Kobashi taking on Oedo Tai's Ruaka. Now, I have to say, Marika Kobashi was off to a fairly decent start and, looked really good. Looked really good in this match, but I felt like this match was a little shorter than I was hoping for, to be honest with you. I really would have liked to see more of Marika Kobashi, being that this was my first time seeing her wrestle, even though apparently she had wrestled before in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. But this was definitely a shorter match compared to the rest of the card. But hopefully this won't be the last time we see her in a Stardom ring. But Ruaka was able to pick up the victory, hitting that freezer bomb top rope splash she likes to do. So got it with the freezer bomb for the 1-2-3. And then back-to-back Oedo Tai with victories. First Rina and then Ruaka. So Oedo Tai starting off hot. And then we had the Passion Injection match, which had Cosmic Angels Waka Tsukiyama taking on Nanae Takahashi. And I have to say, Waka, she looked good in this match. Now, we all knew she wasn't going to beat Nanae Takahashi, but you know what? We got to give her credit. She showed a lot of fighting spirit in this match. Hung in there, was kicking out of a lot of stuff that Nanae hit her with. You know, so I got to give credit to Waka Tsukiyama. She looked pretty strong in this match, and I felt like she held her own. And she looked great, even in defeat. Even in defeat, she looked great. But like I said, we all pretty much knew that Nanae Takahashi was going to win. But then things got interesting. Things got really interesting. So, Waka Tsukiyama, after the match, Nanae got the victory. Nanae got the victory via the refrigerator bomb. So, she did a top rope, pretty much top rope splash. So, after the match, apparently, Waka Tsukiyama says she wants to wrestle Nanae Takahashi one more time. And she wants to wrestle her at New Blood Premium on March 25th at the Yokohama Budokan. The crazy thing about this is that this actually is designated as the final day / would be the final match in that 3-month ultimatum period that Tam Nakano gave Waka Tsukiyama. That 3-month ultimatum that Waka has to win a match or else she gets kicked out of Cosmic Angels. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm kind of disappointed with how the direction that they're doing with this. So her last match of the ultimatum period will be a rematch against Nanae Takahashi? Like, really? Really? I really would have loved for it to have been Tam Nakano, and she beats Tam Nakano. And I don't know. Do I really see them pulling the trigger and having Waka beat Nanae Takahashi? I really don't like this. I really don't like it. I mean, I really, honestly, but I mean, then again, I mean, maybe Nanae Takahashi is agreeing to put Waka over. Maybe Nanae Takahashi herself is like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I will do it. Maybe she is cool with actually giving Waka Tsukiyama the rub to get her first win. I mean, y'all, that's big. That's big for someone like Nanae Takahashi to do that. 1 second. I had to fix this. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, that's big. For Nanae Takahashi to be willing to give the rub for Waka Tsukiyama to defeat her. I mean, that's a big deal, y'all. Waka Tsukiyama's first win over the very first World of Stardom champion in Stardom history? I mean, when you think about it, that's a big deal. I personally would have wanted for it to be over Tam Nakano, but when you think about it, Waka beating Nanae Takahashi would be a big deal. So, you know what? The only other thing is, does she beat her clean? Or will she have to cheat? That's really what it's going to come down to. That's really what I think is going to come down to. So, I don't know, y'all. It's kind of a weird turn of events, but you know what? I look forward to it. And I really hope that they'll give Waka the nod. I really do. I really, really do. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. Then we had the 4 New Blood Tag Team Championship Tournament quarterfinal matches. So, first up, we had God's Eyes Ami Sourei, the future Stardom champion, and Nanami taking on the team of Momoka and Momoka Hanozono. Now, I was really digging the pairing of Momoka and Momokogo, but I was hopeful, but God's Eye was just too much for Momo and Momoka. And Ami Sourei was able to get the victory for her team by hitting Momokogo with the Blue Thunder Bomb and getting the 1-2-3. So that means Ami Sourei and Nanami of God's Eye are your first team to advance to the semifinals. And then apparently there was a segment where after the match, Azumi of Queen's Quest, the current high-speed champion, actually reached out and challenged Momoka Hanozono to take part in the Falls Count Anywhere match that's going to be happening at Stardom and Showcase Volume 4, which will be in Kobe, Japan, on February 26th. So, that's when the next Stardom and Showcase show will be. So, yeah, looks like we're going to be looking forward to seeing Momoka Hanozono for this match. Falls Count Anywhere, which they've done a Falls Count Anywhere match so far every Stardom and Showcase. So, this will be 4 in a row. So, hey, might as well keep it going. Okay, then the next New Blood Tag Title Tournament match. This was the team of Queen's Quest's Lady C and Hina taking on the team of Chanyota and Mai Sakurai. Like I said, good to see Chanyota back in a Stardom ring. And you know what? I have to say I was very impressed in the fact that they actually booked Chanyota and Mai Sakurai to pick up the victory. Indeed. It was definitely a good match overall. Especially Hina and Lady C looked very solid. I mean, Lady C gave Chanyota the giant swing. Actually happened pretty early in the match as well. There was also a pretty cool tag team combination with Mai Sakurai doing the missile drop kick while Chanyota kind of had, I believe it was Hina. Yeah, I think it was Hina up pretty much fireman's carry style and then dropped her on Samoan drop style after the drop kick. So that was a nice little double team. But Mai Sakurai, after hitting the diving elbow drop, was able to pin Hina for the 1-2-3. And yeah, Mai Sakurai and Chanyota advanced to the semifinals. So very good for them. Not only did Chanyota get booked for this show picked up the victory. So, hey, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. Okay. And then next up, we had the teams of Club Venus's Mariah May and Zaya Brookside taking on Starlight Kid and Karma, the alter ego of Haruka Umesaki. And you know what? I was actually surprised with the outcome. Typically, Karma usually does a fireball or does some sort of action to get her and the team disqualified, just like the other times. But she actually got a pin for her team to pick up the victory, as Karma got Zaya Brookside with a crucifix pin to pick up the 1, 2, 3. And therefore, Starlight Kid and Karma advanced to the semifinals. I was really shocked. And then Karma did get on the mic, and she had that like demon-like sounding deep voice, which is, I guess that's her thing now, as Karma, as compared to when she's Haruka Umesaki. But yeah, it was crazy, really, really crazy. And then the main event was the team of God's Eye's Mirai and Tomoka Inaba taking on Star's Wingori, which is Saya Ida and Hanan. Definitely a great main event. Definitely both teams went back and forth. And you know what? It really could have gone either way. Saya Ida showing some extra resilience in this match and was even pretty much in charge of most of the offense between her and Hanan. So I thought that was really cool. But Mirai ended up getting the victory for God's Eye after hitting Saya Ida with the Miramare Shock. And Mirai and Tomoka Inaba are your final team to advance to the semifinals. So, with that being said, here are your 4 semifinalist teams for the New Blood Tag Team Championships. You got Ami Sourei and Nanami. You got Mai Sakurai and Chanyota. You got Starlight Kid and Karma. And you got Mirai and Tomoka Inaba. Wow, so 2 teams of God's Eye are in the semifinals. Man, wouldn't it be crazy if Mirai and Tomoka Inaba versus Ami Sourei and Nanami were the finals of this tournament? That would be crazy, but I don't think that's going to happen, because I think that would be a little too much. And like I said, Ami Sourei, I don't think needs these tag titles. I mean, she's currently the Future of Stardom champion, so I really don't think she's going to end up walking away with double gold, especially of this magnitude. If you ask me, and then again, it's really going to depend on the matchups, because they don't have a bracket. So, well, actually, hold up. Let me check. Okay, so they actually do have a bracket. So the semifinal matchups, unless something changed, the semifinal matchups will be Starlight Kid and Karma versus Mirai and Tomoka Inaba. And then you have Ami Sourei and Nanami versus Mai Sakurai and Chanyota. So essentially, we could end up getting God's Eye versus God's Eye in the finals. I don't know how I feel about that. But we'll see what happens. I wouldn't want to see God's Eye versus God's Eye in the finals. That's my only thing. But anyway, so that's Stardom New Blood 7 in the books. And like I said, the New Blood Premium will be March 25th, and that will have the semifinals and the finals for these New Blood Tag Team Championships. Okay. Giulia's 10-woman gauntlet. This was January 21st at same venue. So here were the final results. Now this was a 10-woman gauntlet. Each match was 3 minutes. So it happened in this order. So Super Strong Stardom Machine, which ended in a draw. Then Koguma, which ended in a draw. Then Thekla, which ended in a draw. Then Hina, which Giulia actually pinned Hina. Then the fifth one was Hazuki, which ended in a draw. Then Tam Nakano, which ended in a draw. And Saki, which ended in a draw. Then Natsupoi, which ended in a draw. Then Saya Ida, which ended in a draw. And then Waka Tsukiyama, which actually ended in a draw. I was surprised that that match actually ended in a draw. I was really, really surprised. But wow, so Giulia only got one pin in that gauntlet. That's kind of surprising. But then again, 3-minute matches. 3-minute matches. So, but dang, only one victory. That's kind of surprising, to be honest with y'all. That's actually really surprising. But you know what? Waka didn't get pinned. Waka didn't get pinned. Now, of course, this is not the same as a victory. I mean, it was a draw. But hey, it's a start, I guess. It's a start. But yeah, so that was the Giulia 10-woman gauntlet results. Okay, let's get into the Stardom Awards of 2022. So had a handful of categories, but gonna go right into naming each and the winners. So the winner for Best Technical Skill goes to the High Speed Champion, Queen's Quest Azumi, which, if I remember correctly, I believe she won that award in 2021. So, yeah. Azumi, congratulations on winning Best Technical Skill. She's been a phenomenal high-speed champion, and still in her second reign. And, yeah, she is also getting ready to, I believe, surpass the record for number of defenses for the high-speed championship. So, Azumi making history, doing her thing. Okay, the Fighting Spirit Award ended up going to Starlight Kid. And I have to say, Starlight Kid has had one heck of a 2022 as well. So definitely not surprised at her getting this award. And you know what? Ever since joining Oedo Tai, she's been a force to be reckoned with. And she has really, I think she's become more of a fan favorite, even as a heel. But yeah, Starlight Kid and Oedo Tai doing her thing. And she is the recipient of the Fighting Spirit Award. Okay, the award for Outstanding Performance goes to our current Wonder of Stardom champion, the Golden Phoenix of Queen's Quest, Saya Kamitani. And she's had an incredible year, y'all. A very incredible year as Wonder of Stardom champion in 2022. A lot of defenses. She's getting ready to hopefully break the record for most defenses of the Wonder of Stardom Championship. And let's also keep in mind, she is also has the second longest reign in history. Of course, that is something that she surpassed not too long ago. But But yeah, congratulations to Saya Kamatani. She's had an incredible 2022. So, good stuff for her. All right, the award, the Shining Award. So, the Shining Award of 2022, this was a fan-voted award. Fan-voted award. And the winner is the leader of Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano. I can't say that I'm too surprised that she won this award. I mean, you know, Tam Nakano's had a great but interesting 2022. And, you know, Tam Nakano's been a fan favorite for quite a long time. You know, she's really blown up since establishing Cosmic Angels, as well as, you know, her Wonder of Stardom Championship run, and as well as her and Natsupoi becoming a tag team. So, I'm not surprised that Tam Nakano won this award. The fans love her, and it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. This next one, I was actually kind of surprised. Really kind of surprised. So, the Stardom Award for Best Unit for 2022 ended up going to Stars. I have to say, I did not expect it to go to Stars. I was thinking, honestly, I was thinking it was more so going to go to maybe perhaps Oedo Tai or Donna Del Mundo or even God's Eye, but it went to Stars, which, I mean, well, like I said, not the faction I would have originally picked, but, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but kind of surprised that Stars won this award. Kind of surprised. But, hey, I'll take it. So, congratulations to Stars on winning the best unit of 2022. Next up, we have the Best Tag Team. The award for Best Tag Team of 2022 went to Meltear, Tam Nakano, and Natsupoi. And honestly, definitely not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. Honestly, I still feel like they should still be the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions right now, but 7-Up captured the titles after winning the Goddess of Stardom Tag League of 2022. And it's a bummer, too, because Meltear was one of the hottest new tag teams that got established, especially after a brutal rivalry between Tam Nakano and Natsupoi, you know, and then later on Natsupoi leaving, turning on Donna Del Mundo. So, yeah, I'm really bummed that they lost the tag titles, because I felt like Meltear was the hottest tag team in 2022. And, you know, I'm a big Fukuoka Double Crazy fan, but I felt like I still do feel like Meltear deserves this award for sure. So, congratulations to Meltear on winning the best tag team of 2022. Tam Nakano and Natsupoi. The award for best match goes to Shuri versus Giulia at Stardom Dream Queendom 2, where Giulia dethroned Shuri for the World of Stardom Championship. To be honest, I don't think this should have won the best match of the year. I assume this is best match of the year. I don't think this was the best match of the year. This was a good one, but I wouldn't say this was the best match of the year, in all honesty. Like, I wouldn't have put this match over, I know folks are going to hate me for saying this, but I still think Azumi versus Mei Suruga was a better match. And it's not to look down on this match. This was a good match, but I don't think it should have won best match. I mean, honestly, And I don't know if this one would have counted. I think Mayu Iwatani versus Kairi was a better match, personally. But, I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? Because I really feel like Shuri versus Giulia at Stardom Dream Queendoms 2, I don't think it was the best of the year. The best of the year, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. But, it is what it is. And then, the MVP, the Stardom MVP of 2022, goes to the leader of God's Eye, Shuri. Which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Shuri has been, has had a phenomenal year. And, you know, she definitely is one of the best in Stardom. You know, has a great win-loss record. And, you know, started her own faction with God's Eye. That's been going good. And you know what? Shuri has had a great year. She's defended her title consistently. And, you know, she had the championship for a whole year until she lost to Giulia at the end of the year. But, you know, Shuri has been on point. She's been very dominant in Stardom. And, you know, definitely had a good 2022. And is one of my favorites in Stardom. So, congratulations to Shuri. Not only did she win MVP, but remember, she was also number one in PWI's top 500, I believe. No, top 100, I believe, of best female wrestlers of 2022. So, hey, big year for Shuri. Big year. Well deserved. And of course, you know, they had each of the factions at this event. I think the only faction they didn't have there was, I guess, Prominence. But then again, Prominence is not really signed to Stardom. They're just, I believe they're freelancers. But yeah, so those are your Stardom Awards 2022 winners. So good lineup there. And I was actually really jealous. I would have loved to have been to a show like this because apparently after the awards presentations, fans were able to have the opportunity to take a picture with each of the units. Oh man, I would have loved to have been there. I would have gotten a picture with all of them. Not just my favorites, but all of them. Because, I mean, why not? That's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Anyway, with that being said and done, let's look at the current results of the Stardom Triangle Derby 1. Okay. Starting with the red block, the red triangle block, we got one team still sitting at the bottom with 0 points. And this is H&M, which is Mayu Iwatani, Hanan, and Momokogo. 0 points with a record of 0-4. They have losses to Gold Ship, Classmates, My Hime with C, and Prominence. And they are currently in danger of being mathematically eliminated. H&M only has 3 matches left, and they have yet to pick up a victory. And the most amount of points that they can pick up are 6. So I'll go into a little more detail after I finish go over the standings when it comes to them. But moving on, so they're at the bottom with 0 points. We have one team sitting at 2 points with a record of 1-3, which is the Bari Bari Bombers, which is Giulia, Tekla, and Mai Sakurai. So 1-3, they got the 1 victory over Lollipop, and then 3 losses to Rebel and Enemy, Abarenbo GE, and Gold Ship. So they're not quite in danger yet, but they're not far from it. And they also have 3 matches left. Okay, we have 2 teams sitting, or no, excuse me, 3 teams with 4 points, which are Cosmic Angels, Unique Glare, and Club Venus. So let's start with Club Venus. Club Venus, which is Mina Shirakawa, Zaya Brookside, and Mariah May, they have a record of 2-3 with 4 points. They have the 2 victories over Lollipop and Classmates, but they have 3 losses to Abarimbo GE, Prominence, and Rebel and Enemy. And the thing with them is they actually only have they only have 2 matches left. So they are actually almost done with their matches. So, I mean, they still have an opportunity to get 8 points, but they may want to win out these final 2 matches to give themselves a chance. But that's Club Venus. And then we have Unique Glare, which is Starlight Kid, Haruka Umesaki, and Ruaka. They have a record of 2-1. They also have 4 points. They're on a 2-match win streak right now. 2 wins against My Hime with C and Rebel and Enemy, but the 1 loss to Prominence. And they actually still have, they got 4 matches left. So Unique Glare still has time to make some moves. So we'll see how that goes. And then we have Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki, right now with a record of 2-2 with 4 points. They have the 2 victories over Lollipop and Rebel and Enemy, and then the 2 losses to My Hime with C and Prominence. They have 3 matches left. Okay, we have 1 team in the Red Triangle block with 5 points, with a record of 2-1-1, and that is Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamatani, and Azumi. So let's take a look at them. 5 points, 2-1-1. They have the 2 wins over Lollipop and My Hime with C. They have the 1 loss to Gold Ship, and then the 1 draw to Abarimbo GE. And they have 3 matches left. Okay. And then we have 1 team right now sitting at the top with 6 points, with a record of 3-0, so still undefeated. And that is Power Passion Pineapple, which is Nanae Takahashi, Yu, and Yuna Mizumori. So 6 points, undefeated, 3-0. They have victories over Classmates, Prominence, and Gold Ship. And they also have 4 matches left. So right now they're the only team in the Red Triangle block that's undefeated. How long would that last? Will that last? Remains to be seen. So, going back to H&M, who's at the bottom, 0-4. So, they need to win out in order to have a chance. But the most that they can get is 6 points because they only have 3 matches left. But here's the thing. Remember, it's the top 2 from each block that advance to the knockout round. So with the red block right now, the top 2 teams as of right now are Power Passion Pineapple and Queen's Quest. Now, Power Passion Pineapple right now are undefeated with 6 points. Here's the thing. If Power Passion Pineapple wins their next match, and if Queen's Quest can win their next match, then by default, H&M will be mathematically eliminated. And the reason is, Power Passion Pineapple gets their next win. That gives them 8 points. Remember, H&M can't get 8 points. And right now, Queen's Quest has 5 points. If they pick up a victory, they get 7 points. So, if both of those teams can win their next match, H&M are mathematically eliminated. So, keep that in mind. Okay, that's it for the red triangle block. Let's look at the blue triangle block. Okay, Blue Triangle block. So right now, sitting at the bottom with 0 points, that also has a 0-4 record, is Lollipop, which is the team of Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amikura, and Yuko Sakurai. They have 4 losses to Club Venus, Bari Bari Bombers, Cosmic Angels, and Queen's Quest. And they have 3 matches left. Okay. We have one team with 2 points with a record of 1-2, and that's Classmates, which is Hazuki Koguma and Saya Ida. They have the 1 victory over H&M, but 2 losses to Power Passion Pineapple and Club Venus. And they have 4 matches left. Okay, we have 2 teams with 4 points apiece. Both teams are 2-2. We have My Hime with C and Rebel and Enemy. So let's start with My Hime with C, which is Maika, Himeka, and Lady C. They got 2 victories over Cosmic Angels and H&M, but 2 losses to Unique Glare and Queen's Quest. They have 3 matches left. And then Rebel and Enemy, which is Ram Kaicho, Maya Yukihi, and Maika Ozaki, also 2-2 at 4 points. Victories over Bari Bari Bombers and Club Venus. 2 losses to Unique Glare and Cosmic Angels. And they also have 3 matches left. Okay, we have one team sitting at 5 points with a record of 2-0-1, which is a Bar Rainbow GE, which is Shuri, Mirai, and Ami Sourei. So they have the 2 victories over Club Venus and Bari Bari Bombers, and the 1 draw with Queen's Quest. And they have 4 matches left. But right now they haven't lost a match, so they're still looking in good shape. Okay, we have one team that has 6 points on a record of 3-1, and that is Gold Ship, which is Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima. So 3-1. They have victories over H&M, Queen's Quest, and Bari Bari Bombers, but they have 1 loss to Power Passion Pineapple. And they have 3 matches left. And then finally, we got one team, the top team, with 8 points on a record of 4-1, which is the team of Prominence, made up of Kurumi Hiragi, Suzu Suzuki, and Risa Sera, the current Artist of Stardom champions. Okay, 4-1, 8 points. They have victories over Unique Glare, Cosmic Angels, Club Venus, and H&M, but the 1 loss was to Power Passion Pineapple. And Prominence, they only have 2 matches left in this tournament. So, right now, for the Blue Triangle block, the top 2 teams are Prominence and Gold Ship. Those, if the tournament ended now to advance to the knockout round, those will be the 2 top teams of the Blue Triangle block. Now, remember, Lollipop is in danger of being eliminated, but there's a slight difference between them and H&M. So, with Lollipop, they got 3 matches left. The total number of points that they can get is 6. But here's the issue. Gold Ship currently has 6 points. Prominence has 8 points. And Abarimbo GE, they have 5 points. So already one team has surpassed 6 points. So here's the scenario. If Gold Ship or Abarimbo GE, whichever one of those 2 can win their next match, then Lollipop will be mathematically eliminated. Because Gold Ship wins their next match, that gives them 8 points. If Abarimbo GE wins their next match, that gives them 7 points. So either of those teams win their next match, Lollipop gets eliminated. So, very interesting scenario. But right now, for Blue Triangle Block, the top 2 teams are Prominence and Goldship. For Red Triangle Block, the top 2 teams are Power Passion Pineapple and Queen's Quest. But still got a little ways to go as far as matches. But this is getting pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. But yeah, there you have it for tonight's Stardom video. Like I said, we went over Stardom New Blood 7, went over the Stardom Awards 2022, Giulia's 10 Woman Gauntlet, and the current standings of the Stardom Triangle Derby 1. So let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching for another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.